How powerful is Cuba's military arsenal? Tanks, ships, and jets. Cuba is a small country in the Americas. Many people first heard the name of this country either because of Cuban cigars or the Cuban Missile Crisis. Cuba is the only socialist country in the Americas, with a land area of nearly 110,000 square kilometers, a population of 11.32 million in 2022, a total GDP of $110 billion United States dollars in 2022, and a military expenditure of $3 billion United States dollars. The Cuban government army is called the Cuban Revolutionary Armed Forces. The total strength of the army is 60,000, which is divided into the Army, Navy and Air Force. The Army has 45,000 troops, the Navy has 5,000, and the Air Force has 10,000. Cuba also has a reserve force of 50,000 and a paramilitary force of 1.6 million. The total strength of the Cuban Army is 45,000, with 3 military regions, and the entire army is based on brigades. There are 5 armored brigades, 9 mechanized infantry brigades, 14 reserve brigades, 1 air defense brigade, etc. The main armament of the Cuban Army is equipped with 1,230 tanks, including 50 PT-76 tanks, 800 T-54 55ths tanks, and 380 T-62 main battle tanks. There are more than 1,500 infantry fighting vehicles, 150 towed artillery pieces, 100 self-propelled artillery pieces, and 20 multiple rocket launchers. The Cuban Army is also equipped with 300 old Soviet-made surface-to-air missiles. T-54 55ths tank. The T-54 55ths tank is the first-generation main battle tank developed by the Soviet Union. The prototype came out in March 1945 before the end of World War II, and mass production began in 1947. The T-54 55ths tank was the armored main force of the Soviet Union and Warsaw Pact countries and was exported to many countries. T-54 55ths tanks participated in almost all armed conflicts in the second half of the 20th century. T-62 main battle tank. The T-62 main battle tank is the second-generation main battle tank developed by the Soviet Union in the 1950s. It was mass-produced and equipped with troops in 1961. It first appeared in the Red Square military parade in 1965. A total of about 20,000 vehicles were produced. In addition to being used by the Soviet Army, it is also exported to 27 countries in the world. The total strength of the Cuban Navy is 5,000, and there is also a 550-member Marine Corps to defend the coastline. The Cuban Navy is small in scale, especially under the long-term blockade by the United States. The scope of activities of the Cuban Navy is very small, and they are basically old ships with small tonnage. The main equipment of the Cuban Navy includes 2 full-row 3,200-ton Damgirio-class frigates, 1 submarine, 6 OSA-2 missile boats equipped with Styx missiles, and more than 20 patrol boats. The Cuban Air Force has a total strength of 10,000 people, is organized into 6 squadrons, and has over 100 fighter planes. Although most of them are old, they are considered powerful in Latin America. The main force of the Cuban Air Force is equipped with 3 MiG-29 fighters, 24 MiG-23 fighters, and 11 MiG-21 fighters. 4 are Mi-24 armed helicopters.